Durag Wisdom here, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Y2K 20.02.11 with just 265 days before we get to the election. And by the way, the music in the background is from Madame Bovary, music score again by Miklos Rosa, one of my favorites. Our country is in serious trouble, as we all know. Serious. The fact that we even allow a sociopathic traitor to run for the highest office in our land, to run for re-election to the highest office in our land, has proven that we have in fact defined deviancy down. But what is worse is that the Democratic Party, the party that in this era is supposed to stand by us, is now dangerously fractured. And that goes way back to Y2K16. The Democratic Party made up these rules if you want to be a candidate for president, that fundamentally, with the help of voters of course, people involved, got rid of all the color among those running. And yet, this party is allowing an oligarch named Bloomberg to jump into the race, essentially throwing the rule book out the window just for him. We had a Cory Booker, we had a Kamala Harris, we had a Joaquin Castro. Now we have a whitewasher named Mike Bloomberg, and I know about this guy. I was a school teacher working under this creep when he was mayor in New York City for 3 terms that he managed to wheedle his way into. Full disclosure, if he becomes the front runner of the Democratic Party, I'm going to be forced to vote for him. And I despise him almost as much as I despise Trump. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Why I call my blog Memos from the Asylum. And now this whitewasher Mike Bloomberg believes he can con black voters by apologizing for his fascist stop and frisk policy. And I remember, I've lived in this city since 1974, this stop and frisk policy that he fanatically supported. And now polls are showing that black voters are beginning to support stop and frisk Bloomberg over Joe Biden. No angel himself. I guess many in the New York City black community did not mind being thrown up against the wall by overzealous New York City Bloomberg cops. The Democratic Party now has 2 warring factions. The left-wing progressives against the corporate right. The Trumpist Party, formerly the GOP, is now ensconced in unison, united, behind their cursed turd candidate, Nazi Penny Trump the clown. You can't have something divided, something fractured, against something unified. I suggest that not only should we fight to get out the vote, but we should also prepare for a possible civil war. Because how many of you are going to accept a Trump dictatorship? Not me. I've been depressed enough. I get depressed about many things. But especially in light of what happened during the fake Senate impeachment trial where he wasn't exonerated, professional Las Vegas gamblers are claiming that Trump has a 2-to-1 advantage of winning. Imagine a country that re-elects a creep that locks children up in cages. I'm going to keep saying this over and over again, as well as the fact that it was a fake Senate impeachment trial. There's no exoneration. There are at least 60 million registered voters, at least, and I think that's a conservative estimate. 60 million registered voters who fanatically support Nazism and Putin oligarchy for our country. I can't say, Bill Maher, I apologize. I have to say what I see. It takes a whole people to create a monster, to allow a monster to roam in our midst. There are at least 60 million registered voters who support Nazism and Putin oligarchy for our country. They have the money through Citizens United, and they can cheat using gerrymandering and voter suppression. We need not only to beat the traitor Trump, we must crush him, which means that every single Trump hater in this country, even if you hate the Democrats, if you despise Trump, get out and vote against him. And if you don't like what's in there, the Democrats that you put in there, you got 4 years. We could do what we have to do. We don't need the Trump and goon to question the outcome of the election, which he will do. I believe that there is now a good chance for the fiend Penny Trump the Clown to win. I see it, I feel it. I know that a lot of people out there despise this creep as much as I do. I know, I watch Steve Colbert, anytime the audience hears that creep in his acolytes' names, they boo. But how many of these are going to be at the voting booth? Even if they run that stinking creep Bloomberg, which I will be forced to vote for now, if I have, whether I want to or not, with the thought that I'll get rid of him in 4 years, unless he decides to eliminate elections also. I believe that there is a good chance for the fiend Penny Trump to win. And a Democratic Party divided against itself, combined with most of us not voting, will fall. Shame on us all!